Hi everyone, Shannon with Mixed Media Minnesota. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you our new digital. It kind of goes with our June monthly kit, but this digital is available on Mixed Media Minnesota's Etsy shop, and it's called Lilac Bliss. I'm going to show you this, and then I'm going to just give you a little glimpse of what the kit is, and I have parts of it, and then we're going to work on a journal cover, and my plan is to make a journal with the combination of the monthly kit and the digital, and a couple other things, and some new techniques that I have never done. So here is the digital kit. It's called Lilac Bliss, and there's 10 pages in this. 8 of them are the full spreads you can fold for pages. So I'm just going to flip through these. I printed these on cream colored paper and cardstock for my tags and stuff. So isn't that pretty? It's lilacs, purple roses, different flowers. And I love this page. So I might have to print a couple more of these ones. I might add a couple of them in there. We're not going to get to the signature today. Today we're just going to work on the cover of it. And I kind of have a vision in my head, but we'll see how that goes. Isn't this pretty? It's like an open book. It's really pretty. So those are the 8 full pages, and then there's a page with 2 envelopes to cut out and fold up for in your journal, and then there's a page with 3 large tags. So we're going to be using that, like I said, along with the monthly kit. So I'm going to set this aside because we're not going to use it in this video, in this part. I have a couple elements from the kit here. So here's some rice paper. We're going to be using that today. I actually grabbed 2 of them because I'm going to probably need 2. And then we're also going to use the glassine bags or sandwich bags. Maybe color some of the flowers. I'm not sure about that yet. Possibly use our distress crayons. See this, what we're going to do with the cover is going to require to dry overnight, I think. So, and then we'll try some glossy accents. Maybe some of the lace from in the kit, the lace fabric. And here was the lilac flower stamperia pack that's in the kit. And we'll be using some of this in this journal as well. So, I'm excited to get going. I'm kind of challenging myself. Purple is not my color. I struggle with purple. So, we're going to give it a try, but I think this paper is so pretty. The digital as well. And so I'm going to go out of my comfort zone, and I'm going to try and make a journal out of purple. I do like lilacs, so, and it's that time of year. Pretty soon they're going to be blooming. So I'm going to set these aside for right now, but we're going to get to those. Okay, the kit comes with one of the rice papers. I did grab 2 because I think for the cover that I'm going to do, I'm going to need 2. I'm not sure. I should have opened these before. I got those all out. Okay. Just going to open them both. And then I'll show you what the plan is. Aren't those pretty? I just love those. Okay, so we're going to need those in a few minutes, but what I did is I took, this is tyvek. This is a tyvek envelope, and it's a 10 by 13 envelope. And I'm going to use this for the base of my cover. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to peel this up, and I'm going to add some glue in here and stick that down. And we're going to have to trim, you know, we can make pockets in there. If we decide to cut this side, we can just cut it. So I'm just going to put a little glue on there. It does have the sticky thing. I did spray some coffee. You know, I wanted to coffee stain this a little bit. So I did go ahead and, I should have paid attention. I didn't get that straight. But anyways, so it smells like coffee. But I know my sister does this technique on envelopes. And you can find those in the Etsy shop as well. And they turn out so pretty. But I've never done it, so we're going to give it a try. And I'm sure I'm probably going to do it wrong. I've never actually seen her do it. She kind of told me a little bit about how she does it. Okay, so when I fold this in half, then for a journal, let's see here, I can get this, put a good crease in there for right now. It measures, let's see here, 6.5 by 10. Okay, I'm okay with the 6.5 because I plan on putting lace on the edges of the pages and stuff. I'm not too sure about the 10. I typically like them right around 9. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and cut the top, I think, a 1/2 inch off, or maybe an inch, because we can have top loading pocket in there, or we can close it as well. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut that. Just gonna leave it doubled here and cut. I'm gonna cut it to 9 inches tall. So taking an inch off. Okay. So it's gonna be a little bit wider than I normally use for size wise. Okay, so what my plan is here, I'm gonna grab just some copy paper really quick. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I just don't want to get glue all over my mat here, so. Okay, so I'm going to try the Little Birdie decoupage glue. This is a matte, and I'm going to, my plan is to just kind of rip these and collage them on there. And I'm thinking that maybe we should try a little book page. I think book page would look neat. I want to do a little bit of stamping. I have, it's like a script. I believe it's a Tim Holtz one, I'm not sure, on there as well. So maybe, because there is like typewriter text and then handwriting here. So I should have been more prepared, but I'm just kind of getting these ideas as I'm going. So I wonder, we'll just grab some. I have my bin here of little scraps and different things. So dictionary page is what we'll grab. Okay. So I'm just gonna really quickly randomly rip some different shapes out of this. Okay, so I'm going to start with those, and I'll just set these aside if we need them. And then I think what I'm going to do is just, let's see here, same thing with this. I'm just going to rip this, kind of trying to follow along the flowers here. I don't want it to be solid on there. Like I said, I want it to be a little bit collage looking. I can see it in my head, but I don't know. Anything I can always see in my head turns out completely different, but we'll see. We'll give it a go. I'm going to leave some of the flat edges. We can always rip those off later, just because, like if we put this on here, you know. Okay, I'm not going to rip any more of this, so maybe we should have waited on that. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to open our Mod Podge. It's Little Birdie's decoupage glue, and I've never used this kind, but my sister said she really likes this kind. It's not as sticky. And now, let's see, my brush isn't going to fit in that. So we're just gonna, I have a mess here. We're just gonna use that. And we're just gonna pour a little bit on there. I guess a lot of it. Okay. So let's see, this is going to be the front cover here, this side. I'm just adding a layer to, I'm just gonna do the whole thing. Maybe it'll stay sticky enough to get some of our layers on there if I put it thick enough on there. Okay. And then just add a layer over top of it. I do not like the smell of Mod Podge. I'm sure I've said that before, but I don't think this stuff smells any better. It's different smelling, I guess, but it's not as bad, maybe. Okay, so I just put a thin layer over top that to get that stuck on there. And then, let's see, we're gonna go ahead and let's see, maybe I could have distressed around the book page, but we didn't, so we're just gonna go with it. And I don't care if they're upside down. That one, you could flip it over if you wanted to. Maybe I will. Okay. And, you know, this is the cover. We may end up by, you know, covering a lot of it up when we decorate the cover, but it's kind of fun to play with. Might be a little too busy to stamp now. We'll see. Just kind of adding here and there. Builds up the strength of the cover as well, so just keep layering on there. I want to do the same process here on those envelopes, or not envelopes, the sandwich bags. Okay, I'm gonna need just getting a little color up here. Okay, I feel like we need a little book page in here. Dictionary page. Same difference. Okay, I feel like that's a little too big. So I was gone for a couple days. Josh and I went up to Red Lake in northern Minnesota fishing for a couple days, and we always have so much fun up there. We love going up there, and this time was not fun. We did have fun. I mean, it was nice to get away and everything, but we didn't catch any any walleye, and that's just not normal for that lake. I don't know what was wrong. And with Josh, you'll catch fish anywhere. So I don't know what was the matter with it. The water level was really low. The first day was beautiful weather. The second day was too windy. We couldn't get out. It's a huge lake, and so when it's windy, it's hard. You can't. We just have a smaller little. I think it's like a 16-foot boat. So, but yeah. The cabin we stayed at, I have to tease him because he found a cabin. It was a last minute plan to go up there, and so he found a cabin in a place that we've never been to before. And let me tell you what, you guys, it is a cabin. It is rustic. It's the cabin from horror films. The doors didn't lock, barely closed. It was quite interesting. So I told him now next time I'm gonna find the cabin. But all in all, it was pretty fun. We had a good time. But it was, like I said, nice to get away for a couple days and just be out on the lake. And yeah. Okay, so I'm liking the looks of this so far. I'm feeling right up here. I need a little bit of dictionary page. And we can trim the edges off, the ones that hang over. Okay, so I do like that. And we're going to just stress around the edges, so I tried to leave a little bit of a gap there. So now we're going to go ahead. I probably should have done the other side first because now I'm right-handed, so it's going to be, and now it's stuck on here. Sorry if I was right in your face, guys. I'm going to move my piles here. Try and move this. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing now on this side. just gonna put a bigger piece up here, I think. Try and pull this somewhat of this green out. You can use it towards the middle or the bottom. Oof, almost set that in my glue. Okay, so go ahead and this is kind of satisfying actually. Okay, we're gonna stick that on there. Yeah, it's for us it's like a 3.5 hour drive up to Red Lake, and we actually came home the night before we were planning on coming home, just because the weather wasn't cooperating and stuff, and I had things to do, and I needed to clean the boat up and whatever. And on the way home, we saw a black bear. That was pretty fun. On the side of the road, he was running out. I didn't get a video of it because I had my map thing up on my phone, and by the time I could get that off, he was already in the trees. So, he, she, whatever it was a fairly big one. We saw tons of deer. Almost hit 2. They just popped over on the road. It's gonna, yeah. So that when this part of this is done, I'm going to have to set this out, like I said, overnight to dry good. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to put on the back, the inside, something to strengthen it. So maybe some of that Stamperia paper. And then I want to stitch around the cover. So I've got to strengthen it up a little bit. Maybe I can find some fabric for the inside or something. Trying to rip my corner here so I can put it in the corner. These tyvek envelopes are pretty strong, so I like to use them in things. I usually cut them in my covers, and I reinforce the spines with them. I thought I would use the whole thing. See how that goes. Probably off focus here. Let's see here. We're going to go in there. Ew, don't touch it. Making a sticky mess. Just kind of filling in the spots here. Kind of nervous, yet excited to work on this journal. Purple intimidates me, but we'll figure it out. trying to enjoy the last peaceful couple weeks I have before the kids are home for the summer. I mean, I'm glad it's summer. This year was kind of, well, you know. But I have, once they're home and their work schedules and the different schedules, it's like I'm chasing myself constantly. Get this person to here, get that person to there, you know, all that fun stuff, so. Looking at it, I kind of think I would have preferred now to just dress these dictionary pages, but it's okay. I have to stop touching it, sticking to me, making a mess. Ah. Okay, I need, let's see here, I need a bigger piece of dictionary page. I don't like that straight edge on there. Doing this in the feel on my hands and ripping this and stuff, I don't know if you guys did this, but we did it in school all the time when I was in elementary school in the younger grades. You would have tissue paper and then you would take it around a pencil and then you would glue it in. You know, like for Mother's Day and things, we made a bunch of stuff like that. That's what it kind of reminds me. I just thought of that while I was doing it. So it kind of reminds me of that. I remember my fingers being icky like that and sticky everywhere. I don't even know if they do that kind of thing anymore. I don't think my kids ever brought anything like that home. I know one of the art projects that they did, I thought was kind of neat, but it took forever, and I ended up by helping them with it because they never got it done. I think they called it pointillism, where they used a hole punch and punched out all kinds of different colored holes, and then they had a big, huge tag board with an image on it that they had to, you know, make the image out of. So it was really cool, but it was definitely a lot of work. I think it was pointillism they called it. Okay, so we're gonna set this aside to dry. I have goobers on here from glue, but we'll have to clean that off later. Okay, so that is gonna be the base of our outside of our cover. If I can get it unattached from all of this. And then do I dare set it on my counter like this? Yeah, I'm just gonna take and set it over here. Okay, we're gonna leave that dry, and then we're not done with the front. We'll do some other things on there too. Okay, so we have all this mess here. I didn't use the other ones, so let's go ahead and use our glue and stuff up, and we're just going to do the same thing on these little sandwich bags. Let's see. So if we put it in a journal, we could fold it, like put something on the edge. Okay, so let's just go ahead and we'll just do the same thing, and then we'll decide after what we're gonna do with it. Do we just want the whole thing on there? Let's see, maybe let's just try that for, well, yeah, let's try that. Okay, so how big is this? 6 by, let's say, 6.5. So if we just go with 6 by 5.5. Okay, so I'm gonna pull my thing out here. I know I'm out of the camera, I'm just cutting here. I need this one. Let's see, 6. By 5.5. I think I said. Oops, wrong way. Ooh, might end up by ripping it anyways. Okay. Let's see, it got crappy on the bottom and ripped, but we can add book page to that. Okay, so let's make one more that size. If I have enough here. We're gonna say that's 6. We're gonna go 5.5. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna, oh, I should have been careful. Now I'm gonna close that probably. Oh, I'll just try and stay away from the edge. I don't know if it matters if it's upside down on here. I can just flip the bag over, I think, so. Okay, here we go. I don't know if this really matters, and which way did I have this? I believe it was like this. Wow, that's really bad, but we can fix that. I don't want to close that up. I hope this video isn't too boring. It's kind of repetitive again, but it's part of the process. Okay, so I can't flip it over obviously and do the back on here, so that's gonna have to wait until it's dry. So I'm gonna set this over by the drying stuff so I don't forget what I was doing. And then we're just gonna add some random book page here and there. There are little strips that we have. I'm gonna use this end to cover up my cut mess here. Trying to rip the branding off of there, and then I'm gonna go ahead, this is just a little bit too much for me here, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of that on top, blend that a little bit. I don't know if that helped, but when we decorate it too, it'll be covered, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and leave that. Yes, I am. Leave that to dry. And then we got to do the back of that and figure out the rest of that. Okay, so we have, I'm going to try this, we have this little bag covered. I'm going to set that to dry. Over here, somewhere safe. And then we have the beginnings of our cover. So that's going to set over there and dry as well. And then we will come back and we will work maybe on the cover some more. While this is drying, maybe I'll work on putting the signature together. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you pull your stuff out and give it a try. Like I said, this is just a tyvek envelope. You could use any envelope or anything like that. So get your hands dirty. It feels good to play with it. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.